Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Thomas, and today's episode is all about shopping in English. We'll discuss key vocabulary and useful dialogues to help you interact confidently in a store.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Whether you're buying groceries, clothes, or electronics, knowing the right phrases can make shopping in English so much easier. Let's dive into practical tips and examples for everyday shopping situations.
Shopping might seem simple, but it involves a lot of communication. From asking for prices to finding the right size, there's plenty to learn. We'll guide you through real-life dialogues and common expressions used in stores.
That's right. For example, do you know how to ask for a discount politely? Or what phrases to use when you're looking for something specific? By the end of this episode, you'll feel much more confident navigating any shopping experience.
And don't forget, listening to this podcast is a great way to improve your listening skills and learn new vocabulary in context. So, grab a pen and take some notes as we go along. Let's get started.
When shopping, the most common question is, how much is this? You can also ask, what's the price of this item? These are direct and polite ways to find out the cost of something. Practice saying them clearly and confidently.
Another useful phrase is this on sale, or do you have any discounts? These are great when you're trying to save money or looking for deals. Always use a friendly tone when asking these questions to make your interaction smoother.
Sometimes you may need to clarify the price. You can say, could you repeat the price, please? Or I didn't catch that. How much did you say? These phrases help if you didn't understand the answer the first time.
If the price is too high, you can respond with, that's a bit expensive for me, or do you have something more affordable? These polite phrases let the seller know you're looking for cheaper options.
You might also ask, do you accept credit cards? Or can I pay with cash? These are helpful for confirming payment methods. It's always good to know the options before you make a purchase.
And if you want to think about the price before buying, you can say, I'll think about it and come back later. This lets the seller know you're not ready to buy immediately, but keeps the conversation polite.
When you enter a store and need help, you can say, excuse me, where can I find item? Or I'm looking for item. Could you point me in the right direction? These phrases are very useful when navigating large stores.
A more specific phrase would be, do you have this in stock, or can you check if this is available? These are helpful when you're searching for something that might not be displayed on the shelves.
If you're looking for a particular size or color, you can say, do you have this in a larger size? Or is this available in blue? These questions make it easier for the staff to assist you with specific requests.
When the store assistant brings you an item, you can say, thank you. Could I take a closer look, or this looks great? Do you have any similar options? These phrases show interest while keeping the conversation polite and engaging.
Don't forget to thank the staff for their help. A simple thank you for assisting me or I appreciate your help goes a long way in creating a positive interaction. Being polite makes shopping experiences pleasant.
Absolutely. And if you don't find what you're looking for, you can say, I couldn't find what I needed. Could you suggest another store? This is a great way to get recommendations without ending the conversation abruptly.
When shopping for clothes, you might say, can I try this on? Or where is the fitting room? This helps you check the size and fit. If you're trying electronics, you could ask, can I test this out? These phrases ensure you make the right decision before buying.
It's also good to confirm the store's return policy. You can ask, what is your return or exchange policy? Or how many days do I have to return this item if it doesn't work? This way, you're aware of your options if something goes wrong.
If you're unsure about an item, you can say, I like this, but I'm not completely sure. Do you have other options I can see? This keeps the conversation open and allows you to explore more choices without committing too quickly.
Another useful phrase is, could you hold this for me? I'd like to look around a bit more. This is common when you're still deciding but don't want to lose the item to another customer. It's polite and keeps your options open.
If you're shopping for gifts, you might ask, do you offer gift wrapping? Or could you recommend something for a specific occasion? These are helpful when you want the store's input for special purchases.
You can also ask for advice about the product. For example, is this a popular item, or what do most customers think of this? These questions help you get insights from the seller that could influence your choice.
When you've decided to buy, you can say, I'll take this, please. If you're buying multiple items, you might add, can you ring these up together? These phrases are simple but essential for finalizing your purchase.
For bulk shopping, you might ask, do you offer discounts for buying in large quantities? Or can I get a better price if I buy more than one? These are great for saving money, especially if the store has flexible pricing.
If you're still hesitating, you can say, I need a moment to think about it. Can I leave this here while I decide? This is useful for situations where you're weighing your options but don't want to walk away from the item entirely.
And don't forget to thank the staff. A simple thank you for your help today, or I appreciate the time you spent assisting me makes the experience pleasant for everyone involved. Courtesy always leaves a good impression.
Shopping for groceries also requires specific language. You could ask, where can I find fresh produce? Or do you have organic options? These are helpful when you're looking for something specific in a supermarket.
If you're checking freshness, you might ask, when was this delivered? Or is this the freshest batch available? These questions show that you're attentive to quality without coming across as overly critical.
For packaged goods, you could say, can you help me find something gluten-free? Or do you have this in a smaller package? These phrases are great for making sure the product meets your dietary or size requirements.
If the store doesn't have what you're looking for, ask, could you recommend a similar product?
At the checkout counter, you might ask, could you double-check the price on this item? Or can you include a bag for this purchase? These small details ensure that your shopping process ends smoothly.
If you're using coupons, you can say, can I apply this discount coupon to my purchase? Or do you accept digital coupons? These questions save money and make the most of store promotions.
Shopping for home goods often involves asking questions like, is there a warranty for this product? Or can this item be delivered to my address? These ensure you're well informed about the terms of purchase.
Finally, always leave with a positive remark, such as, thank you for your excellent service today. Or I'll definitely shop here again. It leaves a lasting impression and creates goodwill for future visits.
When shopping for clothes, it's important to not just check the size, but also the fabric quality. For example, you can ask, is this material machine washable? Or does this item shrink after washing? These questions will help you make sure the clothing is durable and suits your lifestyle.
You might also ask about the care instructions for delicate items. You could say, does this require dry cleaning? Or what's the best way to care for this item to make it last longer? Asking these questions ensures that your purchase won't be a hassle later on.
When considering electronics, checking the warranty is a must. Asking questions like, what does the warranty cover? Or is there an extended warranty option? Helps you understand the terms and protect your purchase, especially for items like phones or laptops.
If you're buying a laptop or any technology, it's important to inquire about the specifications. You could ask, how much storage does this have, or what's the battery life like? These technical questions ensure that the product meets your needs and will work well for your tasks.
When buying beauty or skincare products, you might want to ask, is this suitable for sensitive skin? Or does this contain any harsh chemicals? These questions help you avoid products that may cause skin irritation or discomfort, especially for those with allergies.
Another good question when purchasing cosmetics is this product cruelty-free? Or what ingredients are in this product? Inquiring about ethical practices or ingredients helps you make a purchase that aligns with your values and ensures the product is safe for use.
In grocery stores, asking about the freshness of items is key. For example, when was this fruit delivered? Or how long will this meat stay fresh? Will help you determine how long your food will last and whether it's safe to consume over time.
You might also want to ask about local or organic options by asking, do you have locally sourced vegetables or are your dairy products organic? These questions let you explore healthier or environmentally friendly choices when shopping for groceries.
If you're shopping for household goods, always ask about the materials. For example, is this item made of eco-friendly materials or is this plastic-free? These questions show your concern for sustainability and help you choose products that are better for the environment.
For kitchen appliances, you might ask, how long does this appliance usually last, or is this energy efficient? These questions ensure that your purchase won't just be durable, but will also help you save on utility bills and be more eco-friendly.
For larger furniture pieces, it's essential to check how much space the item will take. You can ask, what are the dimensions of this couch? Or will this table fit in my space? This ensures that the item is the right size for your room and fits your needs.
If you're looking for a specific item, like a rug or curtain, you can ask, does this come in a different size? Or are there other color options? It's always good to know what variety is available, especially when it comes to home decor.
Another good question when buying seasonal items like holiday decorations is, how long will these last if left outside? Or are these lights weatherproof? These questions ensure your purchases will withstand outdoor conditions if you're using them for garden or patio decor.
When shopping for tools or equipment, it's helpful to ask, how easy is this to assemble? Or does this require special maintenance? This ensures you're prepared for setup and upkeep before making a decision on larger tools or machines.
If you're shopping online, don't hesitate to ask, what's the delivery time? Or do you offer free shipping for orders over a certain amount? These questions ensure that your shopping experience is convenient and cost-effective when it comes to delivery charges.
You should also check if the store offers any discounts or deals. For example, are there any ongoing sales for this product? Or can I use multiple coupons for my purchase? These questions ensure that you're maximizing your savings and getting the best deal available.
Another great question when buying in bulk is, do you offer wholesale pricing? Or what's the price per unit if I buy more than one? These questions are particularly useful when shopping for items like groceries, office supplies, or even beauty products.
For fashion items, asking for recommendations can be very helpful. You might say, what are the latest trends? Or can you suggest something similar to this? This way, you'll stay informed on what's currently popular and make better choices based on trends.
When you've found the perfect item, you can finalize your purchase with a polite question like, is this the final price? Or are there any additional fees I should know about? This ensures transparency and avoids surprises when you check out.
Finally, after making your purchase, you might say, could I get a receipt for my records? Or is there an option to receive a digital receipt? This way, you'll have a record of your purchase in case you need to return or exchange the item later.
When shopping during sales events, it's helpful to ask about the sale terms. For example, you could ask, what's the percentage off this item during the sale? Or is there a limit to the number of items I can purchase at this price? This ensures that you understand the offer fully and get the best deal.
Additionally, it's always a good idea to ask, are there any exclusive deals for members? Or can I combine this sale with any other discounts or offers? Many stores offer special promotions for loyalty members, and knowing this can help you save even more on your purchases.
If you're shopping for a big-ticket item, you might inquire about price matching. You could ask, do you offer price matching with other stores? Or what's your policy if I find the same item for a lower price somewhere else? This question could save you a lot of money on expensive items like electronics or appliances.
If you're shopping online, checking for free shipping is always a good idea. You can ask, do you offer free shipping for orders over a certain amount? Or what are the shipping fees if I purchase just one item? This ensures that you're not surprised by extra costs when completing your order.
During sales events, many stores offer bundles. Asking, is there a bundle deal if I buy this with another product? Or are there any buy one, get one free offers today? Can help you make the most of your shopping experience and leave you with multiple items for a discounted price.
Some stores offer seasonal promotions like back to school or holiday sales, asking, is this item part of a seasonal promotion? Or are there any upcoming sales I should be aware of? Can help you plan your purchases around special events, maximizing your savings.
For items with a limited quantity, it's important to ask, how many units are left in stock? Or are there any limits on the number of items I can buy? This ensures you don't miss out on your desired product, especially during popular sales seasons or on limited edition items.
If you're looking to buy in bulk, it's always worth asking about bulk discounts. You could ask, are there discounts if I buy in bulk? Or do you offer wholesale pricing for large quantities? This can help you save more on products like office supplies, toiletries, or even clothing.
Another great way to save is by asking about payment plans. For example, do you offer installment plans for large purchases? Or are there any zero-interest financing options available? This allows you to spread out your payments over time, making high-ticket items more affordable.
When shopping for fashion or accessories, it's helpful to ask, do you have any sales on accessories to go with this outfit? Or are there discounts for buying multiple items? These questions can help you coordinate your look while also getting a better deal on your shopping.
If you're buying something seasonal, like winter clothing or summer gear, you might ask, are these items on sale at the end of the season? Or will the prices drop after the season ends? Many stores offer deep discounts when they need to clear out seasonal stock.
Another tip when shopping for seasonal products is to inquire about future promotions. You can ask, do you have any holiday sales coming up? Or when is the next big sale event? Knowing the timing of future sales can help you plan your purchases for maximum savings.
You can also ask about return policies during sales. Asking, if I buy this item on sale, can I still return it? Or do you have a special return policy for discounted items? Ensures that you are aware of the store's policy in case the product doesn't meet your expectations.
If you're unsure about an item's quality, especially when it's on sale, you can ask, is there a warranty on this product? Or what's the quality guarantee for sale items? This ensures that you are not compromising on the product's longevity just to get a good deal.
When shopping for electronics, you might want to ask, is this product a new model? Or is it discontinued? Or are there any upcoming updates or newer models that I should wait for? This ensures that you are getting the best, most current technology at a competitive price.
If you're shopping for clothes, particularly during sales events, asking about fit and sizing is essential. You can ask, can I exchange this if it doesn't fit? Or are there size guides available for this brand? Knowing your options for exchanges or returns ensures a smoother shopping experience.
Sometimes there are store-wide sales where everything is discounted. In these cases, you could ask, are all items in the store included in the sale? Or are there exclusions to the sale that I should be aware of? This prevents any surprises at the checkout counter and helps you make the most of the sale.
It's also helpful to inquire about clearance items. Asking, do you have a clearance section? Or are there additional markdowns on clearance items? Helps you find the best deals that stores may not advertise prominently, saving you even more money.
Lastly, when shopping for gifts, ask if there are any gift wrapping services available. You might say, do you offer free gift wrapping? Or is there an extra charge for wrapping gifts? This small addition can make your purchase even more convenient, especially for special occasions.
Finally, remember that it's always good to ask about the store's policies on customer support. You can ask, do you offer customer support if I have issues with this item? Or is there a helpline I can contact if I need assistance after making a purchase? Ensuring support is available can make your shopping experience much more comfortable.
Shopping abroad can be an exciting experience, but it's important to be aware of cultural differences that may impact how you shop. For example, in many countries, bargaining is common, especially in markets or smaller shops. Asking, is it okay to negotiate the price, can help you navigate this process with confidence.
That's a great point, Jennifer. In some places, bargaining isn't just accepted, it's expected. So, when you're at a local market or small boutique, you can try asking, is there any room for a discount on this? Or can you lower the price if I buy multiple items? This shows that you understand local shopping customs.
Another cultural difference is how payments are made. In some countries, credit cards are not widely accepted, so you might want to ask, do you accept credit cards? Or should I pay with cash? This is especially important when shopping in smaller shops or rural areas where digital payments might not be available.
Yes, Jennifer, and in some places, cash is preferred for transactions, particularly in tourist areas. It's also wise to ask, do you accept foreign currency, or is it best to exchange money first? This will help you avoid issues with payment methods and ensure you're prepared for your shopping experience.
Also, when shopping in countries where tipping is common, it's good to ask, is a tip included in the bill? Or what's the expected tip amount for service here? Tipping customs can vary widely between countries, so it's important to know what's expected, especially when dining out or receiving assistance in stores.
That's so true, Jennifer. In some countries, tipping is considered rude, while in others, it's expected. For example, in some European countries, a service charge is often included, so asking, is service included in the bill? Can prevent over-tipping. It's always worth checking local tipping etiquette before you go.
It's also important to know the return policies when shopping internationally. You can ask, what's your return policy for foreign visitors? Or do I need a receipt for returns? Understanding the store's return policy is essential when buying items you're not sure about, especially in a foreign country.
Great advice, Jennifer. Many international stores have different return policies, especially regarding time limits and condition of the item. Asking, can I return this if it doesn't fit? Or what's the maximum time allowed for returns? Ensures you are clear about your options if the item isn't right for you.
In some countries, the size and fit of clothing may differ from your home country's standards. Asking, what is the sizing system used here? Or can I try this on to check the fit? Will help you avoid purchasing items that are too big or too small due to differing measurements or styles.
That's a great point, Jennifer, and in many cases, the brands may size their clothes differently, even within the same country. So asking, can you help me find my size in this brand, or is this style true to size, can make a huge difference when it comes to clothing fit while shopping abroad.
Another important cultural difference is the way items are packaged. In some countries, you may find that stores don't provide bags unless you specifically ask for them. Asking, do you offer bags for purchases, or is there a charge for bags here? Ensures you are prepared to carry your items or pay an extra fee.
Absolutely, Jennifer. In some countries, like in parts of Europe, you'll need to bring your own shopping bags to avoid extra charges. So, you could ask, do I need to bring my own bag for my purchases? Or are there reusable bags available for sale? Being aware of this can help you avoid surprises at checkout.
When visiting markets or street vendors, be mindful of how prices are presented. You may need to ask, is the price negotiable? Or is there a discount for buying in bulk? Understanding the flexibility in pricing will allow you to take advantage of local practices and potentially save money.
Exactly, Jennifer, and in many countries, especially in Southeast Asia or the Middle East, it's common for vendors to offer lower prices to locals than to tourists. You might ask, do locals get better pricing, or can you offer me a local price? This can help you negotiate the best deal while shopping abroad.
Speaking of local pricing, it's important to know the typical cost of living in the country you're visiting. If you're unsure whether a product is priced reasonably, asking, is this a fair price for this item in your country? Or what's the typical cost of this product in local stores? Can help you determine if you're paying too much.
That's a great tip, Jennifer. Also, in many countries, there may be a sales tax or VAT added to the total price, which may not be included in the price tag. Asking, does the price include tax or will I need to pay tax on top of this price? Will prevent any surprises at checkout and help you budget accordingly.
Another cultural aspect to consider is how store staff engage with customers. In some places, it's common to have personal conversations with salespeople. You could ask, how can I get the best recommendations for local products? Or what do you recommend I buy as a souvenir to make the experience more enjoyable?
That's true, Jennifer. In some countries, especially in Middle Eastern markets, personal relationships and conversations are part of the shopping experience. Asking questions like, can you tell me more about this product's history? Or what are the best local items to buy? Will help you connect with the culture through shopping.
When shopping for gifts or souvenirs, it's always nice to ask, what are the most popular souvenirs from this area? Or do you have any unique items that are specific to this region? This ensures that you're purchasing meaningful items that reflect the local culture and make memorable gifts.
Great point, Jennifer. It's also useful to ask, do you offer gift wrapping services? Or can you help me wrap this for a gift? Many international shops offer free or low-cost gift wrapping, and asking about this can make your experience much more convenient, especially if you're shopping for others.
Visiting a farmer's market can be a wonderful experience. These markets often sell fresh, local produce and handmade goods. Before going, it's helpful to ask yourself, do I need a shopping list? Or what's the best time to visit? Arriving early often gives you the best choices before the crowd.
That's right, Jennifer. Many vendors bring limited quantities of their goods, so early visits help you grab the freshest items. It's also smart to bring reusable bags or baskets. Asking, are bags provided, or should I bring my own? Can ensure you're prepared for an eco-friendly shopping experience.
Another thing to keep in mind is understanding what's in season. Before you go, you might ask, what fruits and vegetables are in season right now? Or do the vendors focus on organic products? Knowing this can help you plan your purchases and try fresh, local specialties.
Exactly, Jennifer. Seasonal produce not only tastes better but is often more affordable. Once you're at the market, you can ask vendors, what's the freshest item today, or do you grow these yourself? These questions can spark interesting conversations and deepen your connection with the food you buy.
Speaking of connecting with vendors, many markets encourage sampling. You can politely ask, may I taste this before buying? Or do you offer samples of your products? This helps you decide on the quality and flavor of items, especially when buying cheeses, fruits, or baked goods.
Yes, Jennifer, sampling is an excellent way to explore new products. If you like something, you can follow up with, how do you recommend preparing this? Or what dishes can I make with this? Vendors often have great recipe ideas that you might not have considered before.
When it comes to pricing, you may find that it varies between vendors. It's okay to ask, is the price negotiable? Or do you offer a discount for bulk purchases? Bulk buying, especially for items like berries or vegetables, can be cost-effective and allow you to stock up on essentials.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Bulk purchases can be a win-win for both you and the vendor. If you're unsure about the quantity, you can ask, how long will this stay fresh? Or do you have tips for storing this item? These questions help ensure you use everything without waste.
Another thing to note is that some vendors may sell unique items like homemade jams or handcrafted goods. Asking, what makes this product special, or is this a local specialty, can give you insights into the care and tradition behind the items you're buying, making your experience more personal.
That's a great point, Jennifer. Knowing the story behind an item can make it even more meaningful. For example, if you're buying honey, you could ask, where are the bees kept? Or is this honey from wildflowers or a specific plant? These details make the purchase feel special.
Another tip is to bring cash, as not all vendors accept digital payments. You might want to ask, do you accept cards, or is cash preferred? Or can I pay using mobile payment apps? It's always good to have smaller bills, as vendors might not have change for larger notes.
Exactly, Jennifer. Being prepared with cash can make transactions smoother. Additionally, some markets might offer loyalty programs or discounts. Asking, do you have a discount for regular customers? Or are there any deals for buying multiple items? Can help you save money while supporting local businesses.
Many farmers markets are also eco-conscious, promoting sustainable practices. You can ask, are these products organic? Or how do you ensure environmentally friendly farming? Supporting sustainable vendors contributes to the environment and encourages better agricultural practices in your community.
Well said, Jennifer. And if you're interested in learning more about sustainability, asking vendors, do you use pesticides? Or what's your approach to water conservation, can help you choose products that align with your values while enjoying fresh, high-quality goods.
When it comes to handmade products like soaps or candles, it's worth asking, what ingredients are used in this, or are these made locally? This not only helps you understand the product better, but also gives you the chance to support artisans in your area.
That's a great idea, Jennifer. Handmade goods often have unique qualities. If you're buying bread, for example, you might ask, is this bread made with traditional methods? Or do you have gluten-free options? Knowing more about the product ensures it meets your preferences and needs.
It's also good to know the market schedule and layout. You can ask, are there specific days when the market is larger? Or which section has the most variety? This helps you navigate efficiently, especially if you're looking for specific items like dairy, meats, or produce.
Exactly, Jennifer. And if you plan to return, building a rapport with vendors can be valuable. You can ask, what time of day is best to visit your stall? Or will you have this product next week? Regular visits can lead to better deals and personalized recommendations over time.
Lastly, don't forget to enjoy the experience. Many farmers markets have a vibrant atmosphere with live music or food stalls. Asking, are there any events happening today? Or what's the most popular food stand here, can make your visit more enjoyable and give you a taste of the local culture.
That's excellent advice, Jennifer. Farmers markets are more than just places to shop. They're cultural hubs where you can meet people, learn, and have fun. So don't hesitate to ask questions and explore. It's all about making the most of your experience while discovering something new.
Exploring international food markets is an exciting way to experience different cultures. These markets often offer unique ingredients and dishes from around the world. Before going, ask yourself, what cuisines do I want to try? Or are there specific ingredients I'd like to find? This helps you focus your visit.
That's so true, Jennifer. International food markets can be overwhelming with their variety. It's a good idea to research ahead and ask which stalls offer authentic dishes. Or what's the best place to find fresh spices. Starting with a plan ensures you don't miss out on the highlights.
Absolutely, Thomas. Once there, be curious. You can ask vendors, what's your most popular dish? Or how is this ingredient traditionally used? Vendors love sharing their culture and culinary expertise, and you'll often learn about recipes or techniques you'd never have discovered otherwise.
Exactly, Jennifer. For instance, if you see exotic fruits or vegetables, you might ask, "How do you prepare this?" Or "What dishes pair well with it?" These questions help you understand how to incorporate unfamiliar ingredients into your cooking while learning more about the culture.
Another tip is to embrace the chance to sample. Many food markets offer free tastings, and you can politely ask, "May I try this?" or "Is there a sample available?" Tasting before buying helps ensure you like the flavor and gives you a deeper appreciation for the vendor's craft.
Jennifer, tasting is one of the best parts of these markets. If you like what you try, follow up with, "What's the history behind this dish?" Or do you use traditional methods to prepare it? Vendors often have fascinating stories that add a rich layer to your experience.
And if you're purchasing ingredients, don't hesitate to ask for advice. For example, you might say, "What's the best way to cook this?" Or "Are there special storage tips for this item?" This not only helps you but also shows the vendor that you value their expertise.
That's a great point, Jennifer. Vendors love when customers are engaged. You could even ask, "Do you have any cooking demonstrations or are there recipe cards available?" Some markets offer cooking classes or printed recipes, which can make your shopping trip even more rewarding.
Another idea is to learn about traditional spices or blends. You can ask, "What spices are essential for this cuisine?" Or can you recommend a spice blend for beginners? Exploring these options expands your pantry and makes it easier to recreate dishes at home.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Spices are a gateway to understanding any cuisine.
When it comes to prepared foods, it's fun to ask about their cultural significance. For instance, you could ask, "Is this dish connected to any festivals?" or "Do families traditionally cook this together?" Learning these stories makes your meal feel more meaningful and special.
Great point, Jennifer. Asking those questions also helps you connect with the vendor. If you're unsure about portion sizes, you can ask, "What's the best serving size for this?" Or "Is this dish typically shared?" It's always good to get an insider's perspective.
Let's not forget about drinks. Many markets offer unique beverages like teas, coffees, or traditional juices. You can ask, "What drink pairs well with this meal?" Or "Is this a common drink in your culture?" Trying these beverages often completes the dining experience.
That's a great suggestion, Jennifer. Drinks often have their own unique preparation methods. You might ask, "How is this traditionally served?" Or "Do you use specific ingredients for this drink?" Learning these details gives you a deeper appreciation for what you're tasting.
Another thing to consider is how to handle unfamiliar ingredients. You can ask vendors, "Can this ingredient be substituted with something local?" Or "How can I adapt this recipe for my dietary needs?" Vendors are often happy to offer creative solutions and advice.
Exactly, Jennifer. Adapting recipes can make international cuisine more accessible. If you're new to a dish, you could also ask, "Is this spicy?" or "What's the flavor profile like?" Knowing what to expect ensures you choose something you'll enjoy while expanding your palate.
Let's not overlook the visual aspect. Some dishes and ingredients are so beautiful that they're worth asking about. You might say, "What makes this dish so colorful?" Or "Are there traditional garnishes I should use?" Presentation is often just as important as flavor in many cuisines.
That's a great observation, Jennifer. Understanding the presentation can elevate your cooking skills. You could also ask, "Are there any cultural etiquettes around serving this dish?" Or "Is it eaten with hands or utensils?" These small details add authenticity to your dining experience.
Finally, don't forget to enjoy the cultural exchange. Saying things like, "What inspired you to start selling this food?" or "How did you learn to cook this dish?" opens up conversations and helps you connect with the vendor, turning your market visit into a memorable cultural journey.
Well said, Jennifer. Exploring an international food market is about more than shopping, it's about building connections, discovering traditions, and broadening your horizons. So, ask questions, be curious, and most importantly, savor every moment and flavor you encounter.
Negotiating is a vital skill in daily life, whether you're buying something at a market, discussing a salary, or planning an event. The key is clarity. Start with phrases like, "What's your best price?" Or could you consider offering a discount? These open-ended questions invite discussion rather than confrontation.
That's right, Jennifer. Building rapport is also essential. Start by showing interest in the other person's position with phrases like, "I understand where you're coming from," or "Can we find a middle ground?" This establishes trust and encourages collaboration in reaching an agreement.
Exactly, Thomas. It's also helpful to express flexibility. You might say, "I'm open to suggestions," or "How can we make this work for both of us?" Such phrases show willingness to compromise, making the negotiation feel more like teamwork rather than opposition.
And being prepared is crucial. Research ahead of time and say things like, "Based on my research, this seems like a fair value," or "Other vendors are offering this price." Backing up your argument with facts gives you credibility and strengthens your position.
That's a great point, Thomas. Timing matters too. For instance, when shopping, you could ask, "Do you offer end-of-day discounts?" Or "Are there seasonal promotions available?" Timing your negotiation well can often lead to better deals without much effort.
Absolutely. Jennifer, body language plays a role as well. Smile, make eye contact, and maintain an open posture. Pair that with polite phrases like, "I appreciate your time," or "Thank you for considering my offer." Positive energy often leads to more favorable outcomes.
Another tactic is bundling. If you're buying multiple items, you might say, "If I buy these together, can I get a discount?" Or "What's the best price you can offer for a bulk purchase?" Vendors often appreciate larger sales and are willing to negotiate better terms.
Exactly, Jennifer. It's also helpful to understand the value of silence. After making your offer, pause and give the other person time to respond. Silence can be powerful as it encourages the other party to reconsider their stance and possibly make concessions.
That's a brilliant strategy, Thomas. Similarly, knowing when to walk away is key. You might say, "I'll think about it and come back," or "This is beyond my budget right now." Sometimes walking away shows you're serious about your limits, and the other person might offer a better deal.
Jennifer, I agree completely. Another useful approach is offering alternatives. You could say, "What if we adjust this term?" Or "Would you be open to modifying this condition?" This keeps the conversation active and shows you're willing to work towards a solution.
Being polite is also non-negotiable, pun intended. Use phrases like, "Could we revisit this later?" Or "I really value your perspective." Courtesy not only keeps the atmosphere positive, but also ensures the negotiation doesn't turn into an argument.
That's a strong point, Jennifer. Clear communication avoids misunderstandings. Additionally, showing gratitude goes a long way. Say things like, "Thank you for working with me on this," or "I appreciate your willingness to discuss these terms." It leaves a good impression.
Thomas, that's so true. And for beginners, practicing is essential. Role-play scenarios with friends saying, "Can we practice negotiation dialogue?" Or "How would you phrase this request?" This builds confidence and helps you prepare for real-life situations.
Jennifer, I love that suggestion. Practice helps identify areas for improvement. Also, observe skilled negotiators and ask, "How did you approach this deal?" Or "What strategies worked best for you?" Learning from others' experiences can significantly enhance your skills.
Another idea is setting realistic goals. Say, "What's the minimum I'm willing to accept?" Or "What's my ideal outcome?" Knowing your limits keeps you grounded and ensures you don't settle for less than what's fair or achievable.
Exactly, Jennifer, and if things get complex, don't hesitate to ask clarifying questions like, "Can you explain this term further?" Or what does this condition mean in practice? Understanding every detail ensures you're fully aware of what you're agreeing to.
Thomas, one last tip is to stay patient. Sometimes negotiations take longer than expected. Phrases like, "I'd like to revisit this when we've had more time to consider," or "let's schedule a follow-up discussion," keep the dialogue open without rushing to a conclusion.
Patience truly is key, Jennifer. Negotiation is as much about building relationships as it is about agreements. The more respectful and collaborative you are, the better the outcomes. Remember, every negotiation is an opportunity to learn and grow both in language and life skills.
Understanding cultural etiquette is essential for global communication. For example, in Japan, a slight bow shows respect, while in Western cultures, a firm handshake is preferred. Learning simple phrases like "thank you" or "excuse me" in the local language can instantly build rapport and show respect.
Jennifer, that's a great point. Another example is how directness is perceived. In some cultures, being straightforward is seen as efficient, while in others, it can be considered rude. For instance, you might say, "Would it be okay to revisit this later?" Rather than a direct no, it's about adapting to different expectations.
Absolutely, Thomas. In many Asian cultures, giving and receiving items with both hands is a sign of politeness. When you're in a new country, observing these gestures can help you blend in. Saying something like, "I noticed how people exchange items here. Can you tell me more about the custom?" opens doors to deeper conversations.
That's true, Jennifer. Even table manners vary widely. In some cultures, slurping soup shows appreciation, while in others, it's frowned upon. Asking, "What's the proper way to eat this?" or observing how locals behave is a smart way to avoid unintentional mistakes and show you're eager to learn.
Great point, Thomas. Greetings are another area to consider. In the Middle East, asking about someone's family before diving into business shows care and respect. Try phrases like, "How is your family doing?" or "How's your day been so far?" Small gestures like these build trust and understanding.
Jennifer, I couldn't agree more. Silence also holds different meanings across cultures. In Nordic countries, a pause in conversation is natural and reflective, but in the US, it might feel awkward. When you're unsure, use fillers like, "That's an interesting perspective," to keep the flow going while respecting the local norm.
Yes, Thomas. Even gift-giving practices differ. In China, red is a lucky color for wrapping paper, while in some Western cultures, white is associated with purity. Asking, "What's an appropriate gift for this occasion?" shows thoughtfulness. It's always better to check than to assume.
Good observation, Jennifer. Addressing people is also key. In Germany, using titles like Herr or Frau followed by the last name is a sign of respect. Saying, "Could you let me know how I should address you?" not only prevents mistakes but also shows cultural sensitivity and humility.
That's so true, Thomas. Even physical space varies. In Latin American cultures, people might stand closer during conversations, while in Nordic countries, they prefer more distance. Saying, "I hope I'm not standing too close," or adjusting subtly helps avoid any discomfort.
Jennifer, absolutely. Another important aspect is punctuality. In Switzerland or Japan, being early shows respect for others' time, while in some Mediterranean cultures, schedules are more flexible. You can say, "Is this a formal schedule or more of a guideline?" to clarify expectations without sounding judgmental.
Exactly, Thomas. The way people express gratitude also varies. In some countries, verbal thanks suffice, while in others, written notes are preferred. Saying, "Would a thank you note be appropriate?" shows thoughtfulness and ensures your appreciation is conveyed in the right way.
Jennifer, I'd add that understanding humor is crucial. Jokes don't always translate well across cultures. For example, British sarcasm might be confusing in some contexts. Instead of using humor right away, you might ask, "Do people use humor in professional settings here?" to gauge what's acceptable.
You're spot on, Thomas. Eye contact also varies. In the US, it shows confidence, but in some Asian cultures, prolonged eye contact might feel intrusive. Saying, "I hope I'm not coming across as too direct," or observing how others interact helps you adjust appropriately.
Jennifer, I'd extend that to how people handle conflict. In some cultures, direct confrontation is acceptable, while in others, saving face is crucial. Saying, "How do you usually resolve disagreements here?" helps you navigate difficult conversations without offending anyone.
Very true, Thomas. Celebrations and holidays are another area. For example, Ramadan in Islamic cultures involves fasting during the day. Saying, "Are there any customs I should be mindful of during this time?" shows respect and prevents unintentional missteps.
Excellent point, Jennifer. Even something as simple as expressing emotions varies. In Latin American cultures, being expressive is the norm, while in Japan, people might keep emotions more private. Saying, "I hope my enthusiasm isn't overwhelming," shows you're mindful of their comfort.
Exactly, Thomas. Language tone matters too. In some cultures, using formal language in emails is expected, while in others, informal language is acceptable. Asking, "What's the typical tone for communication here?" ensures you align with expectations and avoid misunderstandings.
Jennifer, I'd also highlight the importance of small talk. In the UK, chatting about the weather is a safe topic, while in other places, people prefer jumping to the point. You might ask, is small talk common here? To understand how to approach conversations appropriately.
Yes, Thomas. Lastly, showing curiosity about traditions is always appreciated. Saying, "Can you share more about this custom?" or "I'd love to learn about your traditions," shows genuine interest. People are often delighted to share their culture with someone eager to learn.
That's a wonderful way to end this segment, Jennifer. Adapting to cultural norms isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about building meaningful connections. The more you learn and adapt, the more enriching your interactions will be. Let's continue exploring these fascinating nuances in the next segment.
Public speaking can be intimidating, but building confidence is possible with preparation and practice. A good starting point is understanding your audience. You can ask yourself, "Who am I speaking to?" or "What topics will resonate with them?" Tailoring your content helps you connect and reduces nerves.
That's a great tip, Jennifer. Preparation is key. Writing a clear outline helps organize your thoughts. Start with an engaging introduction, follow with a few key points, and finish strong. You can say to yourself, "Does my speech have a logical flow?" Reviewing this builds confidence.
Exactly, Thomas. Rehearsing is another important step. Practice in front of a mirror or record yourself speaking. Ask, "Am I projecting my voice clearly, or do I sound confident?" Listening to yourself helps identify areas for improvement and builds familiarity with the material.
Jennifer, I agree. Rehearsing with a small group of friends or family is also helpful. Ask them, "Was my message clear?" or "Did I hold your attention?" Constructive feedback can highlight strengths and weaknesses, helping you refine your delivery before the actual speech.
Another strategy is to focus on body language. Standing tall, maintaining eye contact, and using gestures enhance your presence. Ask yourself, "Does my body language support my message?" Practicing nonverbal cues ensures your delivery is dynamic and engaging.
Great point, Jennifer. Controlling nervous habits like fidgeting or pacing is also essential. You can ask, "Am I staying composed, or do my movements look intentional?" Practicing these small details helps convey confidence, even if you feel nervous inside.
Thomas, managing nerves is crucial. Deep breathing exercises can calm you before stepping on stage. Take a moment to ask yourself, "Am I focused and relaxed, or have I prepared my mind to stay calm?" These techniques reduce stress and allow you to focus on your message.
I love that tip, Jennifer. Visualizing success is another great strategy. Close your eyes and imagine delivering your speech with confidence and receiving applause. Say to yourself, "How will I feel after a successful speech?" Positive visualization boosts self-belief and readiness.
Exactly, Thomas. And let's not forget about pacing. Speaking too quickly is a common issue. Practice asking yourself, am I giving the audience enough time to absorb my points? Pausing at key moments emphasizes your message and keeps the audience engaged.
Jennifer, pacing is so important. You can also practice varying your tone to maintain interest. Ask, am I using enough vocal variety? Or does my tone match the emotion of my message? An expressive voice keeps your audience attentive and makes your speech memorable.
Another tip is to start with a strong hook, like a story or question. For instance, ask yourself, does my opening grab attention? Or will the audience relate to my introduction? A compelling start sets the tone and makes the audience eager to hear more.
That's a great suggestion, Jennifer, and closing strongly is just as vital. You might say, what's the one takeaway I want the audience to remember? Ending with a powerful statement or call to action leaves a lasting impression and reinforces your message.
Thomas, interacting with the audience can also make a difference. Ask, can I include a question to engage them? Or how can I make my presentation interactive? Encouraging participation makes your speech feel like a conversation rather than a one-way lecture.
Absolutely, Jennifer, and if something goes wrong, don't panic. Instead, ask yourself, how can I recover gracefully? Or what's the best way to address this mistake? Staying composed in challenging moments shows professionalism and keeps the audience's trust.
Thomas, embracing feedback is another way to grow. After your speech, ask your audience, what stood out to you? Or is there anything I could improve? Constructive criticism helps you refine your skills and builds confidence for future presentations.
Jennifer, that's a great point. Watching recordings of your speeches can also provide valuable insights. Ask, how did I look and sound, or did my gestures align with my message? Reviewing past performances is one of the best ways to identify patterns and improve.
And Thomas, it's important to focus on the positives. After your speech, ask yourself, what did I do well today? Celebrating small victories boosts confidence and encourages you to keep improving. Every step forward is progress toward becoming a better speaker.
Jennifer, I completely agree. Public speaking is a journey. It's about progress, not perfection. By preparing, practicing, and staying open to learning, anyone can build confidence. So take that first step, believe in yourself, and let your voice be heard. Let's tackle this together.
That's all for today's episode on building confidence in public speaking. We hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, practice and preparation are key to becoming a confident speaker. Keep working on your skills, and don't forget to celebrate your progress.
Absolutely, Jennifer, public speaking might feel challenging at first, but with time and effort, you'll feel more comfortable and confident. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Keep speaking and growing your English skills.